We have an entirely different situation today with PCP suspects impervious to pain, with others who are violent and cannot be placed under control in any other fashion. It's almost commonplace today. That was not routine when I was on the department. So the men and women today are faced with entirely different situations, so I would not want to compare.
Side, either side, and he also has the capability to block a low attack. If the suspect were to attempt to kick the officer, he has the capability of blocking that attack. You can hit the table. Hey!
Light attack? What would you do? Well,
that's the front fall. You can control.
Might be of use to us. They are a taser, which is an electronic equalizer guns, rubber bullets.
Grab the officer, you can apply plane to the wrist, and then go into the rear wrist lock, and again, cuff the suspect. So this versatility is one of the advantages of this particular baton.
Were used in Ireland. Beanbag guns, loop come-alongs, the leg grabber. Of those 13, 5 are considered to have a high potential for use in Los Angeles. We're going to demonstrate those 5 for you now, today. Officer Meyer from
holds the projectiles which come out of the taser gun, and you can see those small dart that's in my hand, which is the projectile that's attached to a long 15-foot wire. Now, when you penetrate a person's skin for the taser to work, it's only necessary that it attaches onto the clothing. If it does penetrate the skin, which is certainly of concern to us all, the only thing that's going to penetrate is the 1/4-inch barb on the tip. Here. At this time, I'd like to ask the people. As long as I keep my finger depressed for the benefit of the photographers, the electricity will be emanated. In field situations, since we've properly modified the device to do the job for us, and in test situations with live human volunteers, we have found that a 3-second charge is all it takes to bring someone to the ground and stun for enough seconds to get up there and safely handcuff them. Fire it one more time. On a violent mental case who had armed himself with a shovel and had chased people out of his house with a taser, just like I did at another person, and taking him down. You can see that in less than 3 seconds he's on the ground. He has just turned the power off. The gentleman is stunned there for a minute, but he's recovering rapidly enough that here comes the sound. This
is trained to carry chemical shield weapon or tear gas. You'll notice the effects. A
baton in our pain compliance area of force. The conventional baton straight stick is designed to use in a striking manner, and currently our use of force authorizes our officers to use that in response to a bodily attack on an officer. So he's somewhat limited in what he can use with the baton on, the straight stick. This baton affords the officer an opportunity to use this baton in pain compliance techniques. When you have an officer or a suspect that is not cooperative, this baton can be used to apply a pain to localized arm area and gain compliance from a suspect. What I'd like to do now is show the capability of this particular baton. And as you can see, the control of the baton is very good. The officer has a handle to hold on to. We found this to be much more versatile, much more useful. He can block an oncoming assault by a stick or a club that a suspect may attempt to strike an officer with. He also, he's under control. Also, we have a suspect attempted to reach out.
Mr. Mayor, you've seen a lot of demonstrations of new weapons today that have practical value. What do you think about them?
Rather than call them weapons, they are devices that I think are excellent alternatives to the use of the ultimate force, the gun. I'm very pleased that the department is seriously undertaking testing and making use of these devices, and it's interesting that in one case they've actually developed the leg grabber on their own.
As an ex-police officer, how practical do you think some of these methods really are?
By the demonstration today, I think that they've indicated a great effectiveness, and I think that as the training goes forward and more men are qualified to use them, I think we're going to see a great deal of use of them.
But do you remember incidents yourself where these options could have been utilized instead of, say, lethal force?